What's up, YouTube? So I got a video I want to share with you guys, and I hope it really helps some people out. I've been struggling for days with this. So I have a 2004 Dodge Ram 1500 3.7, I believe, the V6. I have a crank no start issue. So my first guess was the cam sensor and the crank sensor. Now, of those people that know, especially Chrysler, Dodge, like everything rusts out, and the the crank sensor was a bitch. It snapped off in the block. Literally, I don't know if you see this, flush with the motor back here. I had no idea how I was gonna get it out. So I was searching the internet, and I seen some ideas, but it wouldn't work for me because other people's sensors were up on the top, or I don't know, they were just easier to access. This this sensor here is right in between the frame, and it's very hard. So most people try to access it through the bottom down there. But if I were you, I would take off the wheel well, as I've done. Sorry if the camera's glitching, the sun's like messing with me. So I took off the wheel well and the right side passenger wheel, and it just makes it so much easier to get to. It's right there. So what I ended up doing was getting a 3/8 eye bolt course from Home Depot, and I tried the drill, and it's very hard to get a drill in there, mind you. I had to buy like a Harbor Freight angle drill, air drill. So what I did was I drilled a little pilot hole, and I threaded this in like as deep as I can go, and I ended up going like, you know, pretty far. And when I tell you this thing was lodged in there, it was lodged in there. There was no, I was prying on it. I was trying bolts with washers and pry bars behind it. But what I ended up doing was I got it, I got it in there, and I ended up putting a metal pole through here and prying against the block down here. And I just kept prying very gently because I didn't want to pull the threads right out. And if I was lucky, this threaded right into the plastic and held. But a lot of people, they use like quick weld, JB Weld, and they let it sit overnight so it bonds to the plastic or metal, what have you. I was lucky, and I don't even know how, because this was so stuck in there and rusted in there. I'm so happy I got it out, and I was actually very nervous that I thought that this metal piece dropped into the block, but it was actually, when it let go, it was actually stuck in here, and I didn't even realize it because the plastic sleeve was still stuck in the block. So I was picking it out with a pick, and I got the seal out. So I'm so happy that I got this out. I really don't know if it's going to fix my crank no start issue. If it isn't, this, because I've been working on it for a couple days, then I'm going to go to the tip-em box and try to jump that. It might be the fuel relay. I do have fuel pressure in the rails. I can hear my my fuel pump working, and again, I have fuel pressure in the rails, but I know that doesn't mean much of anything. You gotta physically test the pressure. I do have spark. I checked all the coils. So I'm really hoping this works. The symptoms that I had was every once in a while I would get some stuttering and sputtering, and the idle would get a little erratic whether I was driving or not. It was once in a blue moon that one day I started my truck, let it warm up for about 2 minutes, it shut down and never started again. So that's my symptoms, and this is what I was trying to change. I really wanted to share this with you guys because there's not a whole lot of things on YouTube on how to get a stuck or a broken crankshaft position sensor out after it's snapped off. They all rust in there, and before you put that that new one in, clean that hole out really good and put dielectric grease or some kind of like lubricant, like grease, so it doesn't, rust and get stuck in there again. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps some people, and I'll show you which bar I use. So I just have a piece of rod, and I stuck it. I bought a couple different length bolts. I stuck it in there like that, and I pried gently back and forth, like just tugging, and it ended up working its way out. So again, I really hope this helps people. And it's very tight to get a drill in there. It almost doesn't even work. You'd have to probably customize a drill bit and, you know, make it shorter just to fit on a normal gun. I had to get an angle drill from Harbor Freight, like I said. And then you just thread this in here, and I used the other eye bolt to kind of help it along, use as a T-handle as I was threading it in. Sorry, I'm trying to do this on my phone. So this is what I used, so nobody can ask me a million times what sizes. That's what I used. Eye lag threaded bolt, 3/8 by 4.5. All right, guys. Good luck. Thanks.